Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Tyranny with me, Bring It On. Off camera I did upgrade some of Lantry spells with some of the upgraded versions of these accents that we have. Restoring Touch I gave the Sigil Precise action 4. I think Spectral Blur already had the Timeless Form 3 on it, so I gave it the Precise action 4. Timeless Form 3 on Surge of Glory. Nothing new on Healing Aura. Mirror Image, I think I gave Accuracy. Or Precise Action 1. Timeless Form 3 on Haste. I think I gave Accuracy to Vital Body as well. Or it may have been... yeah, Vital Body. Timeless Form 3 on Unravel Minds. And Accuracy? Or maybe I had this on there already and then I put Accuracy. I don't remember. And then Timeless Form 3 on False Pit. I also had to memorize the accent we picked up last episode, which was the accent of Strength. This one here. Sigil of Strength 5. It's an extremely expensive accent, plus 60. But I haven't fiddled with this yet. I did all the upgrades before I memorized that, so I have to look into doing that later. Either way, we have quests outside of Bastard's Wounds to take care of. Lethian's Crossing. Might have 2 quests, might have 1, because I don't know what happened to Jaspus's quest in my quest log. But I'll see if I can accomplish both. Then on our way back, I'm going to grab Siren for this. And Ebb, so we can go back and talk to Tidecaster Wagstaff again, and see if she has anything unique to say. I could have just left from... okay, that's a waste of time. Alright, to Lethian's Crossing. Encounter in the Bastard Tier. A Kilson Shadow interrupts your journey through the tiers with a massive raised paw. Her nostrils flare, clawed fingers curling inwards. The Shadow Hunter raises her head as high as possible, smelling the wind, then lowers her nose to the ground to sniff the road. Beastwoman sent here. She twists both directions, then gestures off the road. Went uphill. Kilson's Shadow can track. Yep. Alright, let's look for the Beastwoman. You nod in approval. She falls to all fours, clambering up the hill, with her nose low to the ground, sucking deep breaths through her nostrils. You follow, easily keeping pace, but sweating slightly from the exertion. You see smoke of her campfire before you see the Beastwoman herself, and Kilson's Shadow chops at the sign. Why burn wood? Every hunter in Tears can see smoke. She scratches her head. Investigate further. You follow the trail of smoke into a gully, and find a relatively small Beastwoman seated on a log. She looks up and chuffs lightly. "Not smell you," she says by way of greeting, gesturing with an open paw at the campfire. A sign smells strongest. Her head tilts slightly to the side. Human wants trades then. Ask her why she's here. You approach the small campsite and ask the Beastwoman what she's doing alone out here. She scratches her head. Gem claim trades. Hunts for meat and fur. Searches for shiny stones, but mostly trades. Trades all with any. Kilson Shadow chuffs in distaste. Beastwoman hunts to eat. Only humans hunt for barter. Gem Claim rolls one of her shoulders. Gem Claim likes shiny stones. Likes rings. Reminds Gem Claim of other times. She shakes her head rapidly, then swats away a fly. Offer a trade. The Beastwoman unrolls a large hide that contains a wide variety of goods. Best meat, best hide, all fresh from hunt. Torn leather spalter. I can just buy this to sell it elsewhere. I'm gonna grab the hide, I think. Centurum's Bulwark. So Wizardry, plus 10% spell damage, and Dire Fortitude. Ignore armor and shield recovery penalties for 30 seconds. Triggers after reaching under 25% health. While the ranks of Graven Ashes disfavored bear a reputation for seeking glorious death in combat, the Earthshaker Centaurum feared nothing more. Centaurum requisitioned this Iron Tower shield and wove into it potent enchantments that would empower his sigils and lighten the bulwark in moments of mortal danger. While the shield spared Centaurum from Tearsman Fox's and Beastwoman claws, offered him no protection from the heart failure that claimed his life in a desert outhouse. And that's a way to go. Let's see. We'll trade you for these. Alright. So we have to go speak to Lahara, the forgebound that's in charge, I think. And then we have to find, I think Melita was the contact for Tidecaster Wagstaff. And this guy had something I was interested in previously. I say something about the Dauntless. Hold on. Even an extraordinary weapon such as the Dauntless is useless if you can't survive the battle. Can't let me sell you a strong piece of armor. Alright. Let's see what he has for sale. I am Mercy. Oh yeah, this is what I wanted too. The Mercy, it accelerates recovery on kills. Every time you get a kill, it's a 29 to 42, 39 to 48. So same damage as Sever, but it doesn't require on criticals, or it doesn't rely on criticals. There we go. That's what I'm trying to say. So I think this is actually an upgrade. So I'm actually going to sell Sever and buy Mercy. Honestly, at this point, the studded iron gorget might not be worth keeping around. I mean, plus 10 parry isn't that big of an upgrade. But reflecting 20% of incoming hostile spells back to their casters. That sounds pretty good. So I think I'm going to actually swap out these pieces of equipment. I do wish the accessories changed the appearance of your character. I mean, I guess this would just be in your pocket, but I don't know, this could be like slapped on your shoulder or your back or something. This would obviously be wrapped around you, which I guess Barrick's armor would tear to shreds, so maybe it's not a good idea. Create a lot of clipping issues. Let me check on the progress. I've made a fair bit of progress on Scorn and this artifact. I was excited about Scorn, but now that I have the Great Spear, I don't really care for it anymore. So again, I'm pretty sure that the javelins count as one-handed weapons, which again my character doesn't have any points in, or any experience in. You've returned. Lahara turns to face you, her body covered head to toe in charred hues, chest rising and falling under the strain of labored breathing. There's always more demand for iron than there is time in the day. She removes a set of heavy canvas gloves and balls her fists, the joints of her fingers crackling in unison. How may I be of assistance? So it looks like that quest just doesn't exist now. Wonder if that's a bug, Because it didn't say I had to choose between the two. Maybe if I could talk to Jaspos again? While we're here, we'll talk to Melita, see if we can take care of that quest. And then we'll try and talk to Jaspos again for the tools. Because I don't know... In fact, I don't know where Melita's going to be at. Guess we'll just check all the buildings and speak to everybody, see if they have anything to say. They can point us in the right direction. She might be a merchant. Yep, doesn't tell me in the quest log. Well, let me check down here first. No named NPCs down there at all. Virtual Helena Ventara might have information for us, but probably not. Doesn't seem like the NPCs here are willing to talk or give us directions. Well, here's the guy that's in the know, so if he doesn't point us in the right direction, I don't think it's worth wasting our time speaking to any more NPCs. I don't think Melita would be in Syrian Sanctuary, but I guess it wouldn't hurt to check. Yeah, I'm a little perplexed about Jaspos' quest. Did Siren break these people? She's still sitting here watching where she was. Yeah, I'm starting to think I should have played on Path of the Damned, considering how easy the game is right now. And besides having a character go down here and there, like, we're not really struggling in combat. There was one fight where we had two characters go down. And then Verse and my main character took care of it. Oh, Melita. There's a... I think she's up to the left there. Because there's an NPC that we couldn't talk to previously on the western side of Lethian's Crossing. At least she's marked on the map, so... It's been a little while since we've been here, so I would have committed that to memory. I think she's up here. I think she stands right there. Could be over here. Yep, there she is. A slender woman picks through produce in a carried sack. Her hands appear focused on finding a particular piece of fruit, but her eyes are intent on the other shoppers in the marketplace below. A man passes by her, accidentally dropping a pouch as he goes. She bends down to retrieve it and hands it back to him. Careful, you almost lost this. He takes the pouch with a blushing smile and promptly walks away, clutching the pouch close to his side. The woman spots your approach as the man walks away. Greetings. How may I be of service? Step close and loom menacingly. No need to search me, Fatebinder. I've got nothing worth... As she flourishes her hand to gesticulate her point, a slip of parchment slides out of sleeve. She grabs the sheet out of the air with a sudden burst of reflexes, and looks at you with a red-handed smile. I forgot I had that there. So, if I were to read that scroll, would I see something illegal? She unfurls the scroll she took, pains to hide from you, revealing a turn-of-the-century map of the Tiers. Not according to the last Fatebinder I asked. It's not sage lore, if that's what you mean. Just a turn-of-the-century map of the Tiers. More curiosity than anything else. His favorite chap paid handsomely for one a year ago, so I've been trying to collect more of them. She looks at you with a nervous smile. Is there something I can do for you? Just what are you here to peddle? I used to specialize in written things, but the schools are gone, and so are most of my clients. These days, I mostly deal in wineskins, shoes, and lamp oil. Nothing glamorous, but what else do people need during times such as these? A Wagstaff sent me to find you. Did he now? I suppose he needs a reminder in our code of confidentiality. If I may ask, how and where did you run into Wagstaff? It was a chance meeting up north. He's healthy. He indirectly hinted he was considering turning his back to the Tidecast flotilla, and I guess he really meant it. I'm a Lida, I presume. You must be the peddler my friend mentioned. Yes, that's me, but while I'm in town, Xantha will suffice. In my line of work, discretion is lesson number 1. Though it seems someone else failed in their discretion, else you wouldn't be here. I need to find Phoibe. Well, the fact that I know her, that's free. Current information costs extra. The information on friends costs extra. So this isn't the kind of question I'm comfortable answering. I assure you, it would be less comfortable not answering the question. No need for that sort of talk. I've no one for trouble. Let's just keep things civil. Phoibe sent me the occasional missive. Last I heard from her, she's doubled back toward the burning library. She's got herself the dangerous notion that she can recover scripts from her old home. I think she's avoiding the actual library, seeing as the epicenter of the devastation. She mentioned a place called Phlogiston. I think she means the village that used to be called Babbling Springs before the war, out in the contested lands. And that's as much as I know about where to find her. If you can't find her there, maybe she's taking her chances at the library itself. That's all I need to know.
Can't do that.
Thank goodness for athletics, because I was not going to fork over that much money. It might be pronounced Phoebe, because I know Phoebe can be spelled P-H-O-E. So yeah, it might be Phoebe. But I've seen it's P-H-O-E, not I. The spellings that I've seen. So Phlogiston. The ruined remnants of this town are dusted with a fine layer of ash. Its proximity to the sea did not save it from the flames that rained down upon it when Kyros' edict of fire was proclaimed. So I might just call her Phoebe, because Phoibe doesn't sound right. Doesn't sound like a name. Sounds like a monster you'd run into in Dragon Quest. Alright, Phlogiston. But if there was a place that someone named Phoibe was going to exist, Phlogiston would be it. Skinner.
Slow down. Let's take a closer look.
So it looks like we might have a run-in with the Scarlet Chorus, which makes sense because we're north, a little more north, closer to Cacophony. which I believe is the Scarlet Corps headquarters. Just like Iron Hearth is the disfavored. A lot of named characters here. So, contusion. A tall, wiry woman peers intently at a scrap of parchment in her hand, tracing the contours of an elaborate drawing with her finger. Like tree, but prettier. She giggles approvingly at its contents, scratching the area around a noticeable dent in her forehead. As you approach, she crumples up the drawing and stuffs it in her shirt. Are you friend? No, I wouldn't say that. Not friend? Not friend. Contusion's face flushes red. She places a hand upon her weapon. It's okay. No thumping. Her partner pats her reassuringly on the arm. Don't rile her up like that. It doesn't take much to confuse her. What you want? What happened to your forehead? She taps at her forehead. A confused expression spreads across her face as she hunts around for something on her face, oblivious to the injury. What do you mean? Did I make a mess again? She hasn't any memory of the incident. I'm just lucky to still have her. What do you do in this gang? Warrior. Toughest of the crew. Needletoe husband. Kalia boss. Skinner is little boss. Ragwork cooks. Gang's family. How long have you and Needletoe been together? What you mean? Needle's mate for life. Is that long? Says we're together forever. Maybe someday we'll scrape, he says. Or escape? Honey, don't tell everything to the stranger. He leans in to grab her arm, blushing as he does. I told her someday we'll scrape together, enough rings to afford some real food for a change. Scrape. Did you mean escape? Yeah, that's what he said. She's been off since the injury. I'm lucky I still have contusion, strangeness, and awe. I'm not going to risk that by escaping. That's nonsense. What's the parchment you're playing with? Pretty drawing. Skinner plays with sages and said Sage so happy she gave drawing as gift. She holds out the wrinkled parchment, which contains a prominent sigil and many paragraphs of scholarly exposition. The drawing looks faded. I can make a prettier copy for you. You make nice drawing for me? You produce a pen and clean parchment. As she hands you the scroll, you copy its sigil precisely, adding minor embellishments to exaggerate its features. Contusion claps excitedly as you add the flourishes. As she gazes adoringly at her new gift, you tuck the now unwanted scroll away in your pack. That's all for now. So what do we get? Something we already know. Gonna tuck that down there. Let's talk to Needletoe. A short, shifty-eyed man puffs up his chest as you approach. Didn't expect to see many visitors out here. What do you need? He scratches a hairy mole on his neck. Know anything about the captured sages? Only know we're under orders to nab them and interrogate them. Crass Kalia is the only one who could tell you for sure why. And what's your role in the gang? Me? I'm the eyes and ears. Been pulling scout duty since we lost Shrill Tantrum to the disfavored. I'm not watching over the gang. I'm watching over this one. He points to the woman standing near him. Contusion here is mine, so hands off. She's been a little odd since the injury, but she's still in there. Mostly. Contusion said he wanted to escape. Everyone in the course imagines escaping, right? Don't mean nothing by it. We're safe where we are now. You're lying. Treat me like an idiot, and I'll make an example of you right here and now. He glances at his wife before eyeing you head to toe, taking a deep breath in preparation of speaking his mind. I'd be lying if I didn't tell you I've contemplated running every day. When Contusion got her injury, things got all the more terrifying. Crass Kalia sees her as a simpleton, best suited for arrow bait. The course will be the death of us. We need to get out of here and away from the fighting, but I ought to stockpile some rings first. Otherwise, we won't last long on our own. Let's talk of something else. Oh, I can't...
I got it.
Well, I'd like for them to escape. I can kill the rest of these guys, but I wanted to talk to everybody else first. Because I have no love for the course. I have no problem killing this gang here, but if I can get them to escape, that would be the bee's knees.
Sorry, I can't.
I was hoping that dialogue would be available again when I, Alright, both my projects are done, so when I go and grab Ebb and Siren, I can collect
Can't do
my
that.
new stuff. So there's the sage I'm looking for. I'm gonna feel bad killing these two. I want them to get out of here. I kind of want to reload. Where's my last load at? When we first got here. Yeah, I'm going to reload only because there's no reason why I shouldn't be able to still talk to them about getting out of here. I'm disappointed that conversation option disappeared. So let's speed through this real fast. I'm going to go back and collect all that loot. And I got my Paradox Award. Sweet. Big health potion. Alright, so instead of talking to people, I'm just going to go around and collect all my loot. And then we'll talk to the other Scarlet Course before we talk to Needle Toe and Contusion. Because I think I'm going to legitimately feel bad if I have to kill them along with the rest of the Scarlet Course here.
Look.
So if I can avoid that, I'm going to. Especially since there's no reason why I shouldn't be able to have that dialogue option again.
Can't do that.
Alright, I will talk to Contusion first. We'll talk to Needle Toe later. Let's talk to Skinner. I come closer, chum. The soldier twirls his axe as he calls out to you. Let's have a good look at you. The chorus warrior scans you from head to toe, twirling his axe and puffing up his chest as he looks you over. The boss said we're free to kill any... We're only free to kill disfavored, jeez. But if you come here for a fight, I'm sure we can oblige. So what brings you to this village? Who's in charge here? That'd be Crass Kalia. She's the one always looking like she's having a worse time than everyone else. I looked at the blood chanter on the rooftop north of here. No doubt she's contemplating whether or not our problems can be solved with, oh, I don't know, fire? I'm here for a sage named Phoibe. You could be in luck. We've captured a few that are lurking in the area, but I didn't pay attention to their names. When you're trying to interrogate them, details like that feel so secondary. You should talk to the boss about them. Did you learn anything from the sages? This isn't the sort of things I should be sharing with outsiders. I'll talk to Crass Kalia herself if you care so much. And what's your role in the gang? Me? I'm the fun one. Kalia makes the decisions, but I get to enforce them. When things are quiet, I'm the huntsmaster, since none of these jolly idiots can discern deer spoor from dog feces. Alright, I'll be going now. Don't want to attack yet. Alright, Ragwort. The chorus warrior halts her work of grinding spices with a mortar and pestle as you approach, and the sharp, pungent smells of herbs and oil stand out over the prevailing smell of char in the village. You, need something? Kalia speaks for the gang. You probably want to have words with her instead. Tell me about the captive sages. I've scarcely had words with them, which suits me fine. She jerks her head toward Skinner. He's our torture enthusiast. Maybe speak with him. And what's your role in the gang? Me? I just do what Kalia says, and try not to get in the way. Since most of these louts can't smell over their own stink, the honor of cooking falls to me. She wipes her nose across her arm before returning to the work of grinding her mortar and pestle. I can't complain. It insulates me from abuse. Even Skinner knows better than mistreat the person who's preparing her food. Alright, and then I'm going to call the episode here. The next one will speak to Kalia and Phoibe. And we'll see if we can get Needle Toe and Contusion out of here. Safely. And anyway, thanks. Sorry, I am running on fumes right now. So my thoughts are all over the place. I'm going to call the episode here. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.